Hey everybody, this is Kenny from Crespo IT Solutions, and the video actually I'm doing today is in regards to a purchase that I made recently for a dual monitor setup. Now, I already have my own monitor, my Samsung monitor, that I actually purchased about 3 years ago, and it's done very well. But through constant productivity, through using other operating systems, I've always got something running in the background. I finally realized that it was just better to get another monitor and to speed up the productivity. Now, ideally, I like to get the monitor that matches the same one that I had, and it was a great monitor, but unfortunately, it was discontinued a couple years back. So I've tried again and again and again to try to find that same monitor to match them up, but I've had no luck. So I actually moved on to another monitor that I actually wanted to purchase a while ago, but I never did get around to it. So I was able to run across it on Amazon and on Newegg, and actually Newegg this past week actually had a sale going on. It was actually for $109, down from $140. So I actually jumped on it right away. So I got the monitor, I purchased the monitor, and I've actually received it today. So I'm going to do a review on that and also the cable that I've purchased with it. Now this monitor, I've got the box right over here. Like I said, is the Dell monitor, and it's the 21.5-inch monitor. Now this particular model is the S2240M. And so I'm going to actually do an unboxing of it right now. Get this open. It's actually just delivered as with the box itself. It was actually delivered like this by UPS. Kind of shocked that they actually didn't put it in a box, Newegg. But I guess the reason behind that is if they know it's a monitor, they won't mishandle it. Because with these monitors, if you don't handle them right, they could shatter easily. They could come out damaged. So I actually just received this not too long ago on my doorstep. So I'm actually opening it at the same time. Okay. Put down the box right here. As you can see, it's come packaged pretty good. The box and whole. Okay. Put that down over here. And this is the actual monitor itself inside. The cables would be right underneath this. It's pretty light. If you actually flip this over, here's the cables. Now let's get to the cable part first. Okay, so as you can see, this is your standard power cable. This is the power adapter that it's powered by. And this, of course, is the CD. Here's a zip tie, Velcro as well. And here's your basic instructions. Now this monitor does include a cable, and it's actually a DVI and a VGA monitor, but all it includes is a VGA cable. So if you don't have a DVI cable, you're out of luck. Either you already have a DVI cable, you'll either have to purchase a DVI cable, or you'll have to use the VGA cable, which will give you less quality. Obviously, you want to go for the DVI cable, if at all possible. Now, with this actual setup, and I'll get to the other cable in a bit, my video card actually has a DVI, it has a VGA, and it has an HDMI. So what I did in this instance, because my current monitor is connected to the DVI, and that also only has a DVI and a VGA, I purchased a DVI to HDMI, and so what I'll be doing is I'll be plugging in the DVI cable to the back of this and plugging the other end to the HDMI port on my video card. Now this is actually the stand on which it goes onto the monitor. This isn't VESA compatible, VESA compatible. Basically what that means is that it allows you to take off the stand and it allows you to get those dual monitor racks and mount them up so you don't really have to deal with the stands and you can kind of remove all that clutter on your desk. Unfortunately, this isn't one of those monitors, but that's okay because I do have one of those IKEA desks and I've got more than enough room to accommodate this. So here are the mounts, and we'll just move that right over here to save some space. And we'll actually look at the monitor right now. This is the other part to the stand. And this is the monitor. Like I stated, it's 21.5 inches. And most monitors come in the anti-glare coating, but this one is actually like a glossy coating. And probably if you're in a room with a lot of light, you want to have an anti-glare coating, you know. But in my instance, my monitors are in front of my windows and I don't really have too much light coming in, so it's not really a problem. As you can see, this is very glossy, so it gives it like a nice crisp. Now the one thing I really like about this monitor is that the bezel is actually very thin. Very thin. So it's basically all picture that you see. You don't really see that thick bezel around. Like my current Samsung monitor right now kind of has like a thick bezel. And it kind of be annoying to look at, but this is clear picture. This is going to give you those vibrant pictures. Now I really want to get down to why I purchased this monitor and why I would actually recommend it to others out there. And the reason why I purchased the monitor is because, like I said, it's 21.5 inches. It's full 1080p. So I've got a 21.5 inch currently with my Samsung, and I've got a 21.5 inch. Now this is 7 millisecond refresh rate, and that's pretty standard. This is an IPS panel monitor, so it's going to give you those nice pictures. It's really good for your everyday tasks, really good for looking at videos, pictures. It's going to give you those vibrant colors that really jump off the screen, especially with the glossy coated screen. Now for 7ms, it's good for your everyday tasks, but when it comes to gaming, this will get the job done. But if you're a person that likes to do gaming and things with fast responses, I'd actually stick to something like 2ms or your standard 5ms. But if you're not that type of person and you're just like your everyday tasks, this is an absolute beauty of a monitor. I'm actually gonna set this up, take it upstairs, set it up in my workstation, and then I'll be including another video. But before I do that, I actually have the cables here, and I'll do a quick review on this. This is actually the Blue Rigger cables, and this is your DVI to your HDMI port. Of course, like I said, this DVI will go on the back of this monitor, and the HDMI port will go on my graphics card, which will give me both 1080p pictures across both monitors. I actually purchased this on Amazon. It was about $7.99 plus shipping, a little over $11.50. Excellent. I've heard excellent reviews about this. Obviously, we'll be sure to find out again. But it was actually a great thing that worked out that I was able to have the DVI to HDMI. So I'll go ahead upstairs, I'll set this up, and then I'll come back at you with another video with the monitors fully set up, and then we'll go over the review on that. All right, everybody, we're back. Now that I've set all the monitors up, obviously this is my primary, the Samsung that I've spoken about before. And then we've got the Dell 22 monitor here, S2240M monitor. The only thing I haven't done yet is actually calibrate the colors to really match up. And obviously I'm going to do that last. I was more focused on getting them set up, getting the cable set up, and doing some wire management, as you can see. To the best of my ability, obviously. With these IKEA desks, you really have to get a lot of those contraptions to really hide the cables as well as you can, but from the naked eye and where I'm at right now, you really can't see anything. Probably the one thing that is a disadvantage to both monitors actually is that they both have their own stand, and like I'm talking about, they're not VESA compatible, which means I can't remove the stand and mount it on one of those dual monitor racks. But for the purpose that they serve, it's okay. In the future, I do plan on getting a shelving, maybe custom building it, so that they can both be at the same exact level. Ideally, you both want to be at eye level. In this instance, I might lower my chair a little bit more so that my eye level could be with the monitor so I can reduce any kind of eye strain. One of the reasons I really wanted to demonstrate is why dual monitors are so beneficial. As we can see now, on this monitor I'll have most of my tabs, and as you can see they're all tabbed out. But in many instances what I like to do is I like to run another operating system. Let's say I'm testing out some software, or I'm trying to test out the new Windows 10 or any other things, and I want to test out, maybe I'm doing some virus removals and I want to see how vicious the virus is, and I want to put it in a test environment. I have my virtual machine over here on the right. I have the Windows 7 Professional, and I have it running in a virtual environment. I can test out the software that I need. Now, when I have it with one monitor, you can see that the difference is that it becomes kind of cluttered. So when I want to move around, I have to minimize it. Then I have to go down to my desktop, and then I have to come back up, and I have to find it. Now, having it on the dual monitor just allows me to slide it over here, and allows me to go on Google, allows me to do other things needed, allows me to search forums, allows me to do my day-to-day productivity. Basically, this is summarizing this video. The cable that I did purchase, which was the DVI to HDMI Blue Rigger, that was an absolute beauty. It was a plug and play. You plugged it in, the monitor recognized it right away. So that was very beneficial to me. Instead of going VGA to VGA, I was able to go from the DVI port back here to the HDMI port in my graphics card. Overall, I'd have to say that this monitor has been excellent. As you can see, I have the windows back here, but with the monitor facing me, I'm not really going to face any issues with the lighting. Obviously, it is very glossy, and right now I could see a lot of my reflection, but while I'm playing these videos, which absolutely look amazing and vivid, it doesn't present any problems at all. So I did want to leave this review, and I wanted to state that if you are looking for a good monitor for a good price, I would absolutely go with it. It's absolutely worth the price. It's going to suit your everyday needs. If you're looking to get two monitors, why not knock them out with two birds with one stone and get the same exact monitor? Or obviously wait a little bit and then get the same exact monitors. That way you can have the same exact color and it can flush easily. Having no border really, and just having a nice bezel with the glass sticking out has really looked great. Obviously I'll be testing it throughout the next couple days, and I may do a follow-up review if needed. But it's been an excellent monitor, so I hope you guys like this, and like I say, I'm subscribed. I'll be coming at you with more reviews in the near future with more products that I encounter and more products that I'll be testing out. So if you have any comments, suggestions, or questions, please leave them in the comments below, and thank you for subscribing.